Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is your host, Cheryl from Smallest World, Acts of Love, and author of Naked and Ashamed, the story of my life, how I fought depression and God healed my broken spirit. Of course, the book is available on Amazon. The ebook is for $5. The hard copy is for $15. Go get your copies, guys. And I'm going to link it in the description below. So, guys, you'll be waiting on me. I know, right? I can feel it. I can feel it, guys. I apologize. I apologize. I can't always be in the studio. I'm sorry. It's one of my favorite places. I know you're waiting on me. I see what you're going on with. I see the views. I see skyrocketing, guys. Thank you. Thank you for your love. My love, you know. My love and the support. Keep that energy going. Guys, I'm serious. If you want to see that video with my ex-fiance, um, there's a part two coming, but guess what? Give me 1,000 views. When I reach to 1,000, I promise you, part two will be totally, totally worth it. It's gonna blow your mind. When I tell you the sheer audacity of some people, it's like a book, like a story. You literally could not imagine that that part was coming. I'm telling you, I'm gonna blow your mind away, y'all. So I'm over here today, guys. I feel you. I feel your energy. I feel your love. Yes, guys. Y'all messy. Real messy, but I love y'all, guys. I love you. No, today, it's as I said, it's a pleasure to be back in the studio. This is like my favorite place, for overall favorite place, no lie. I know I'm about to clutch my pearls, y'all. So, this morning I wanted to take a little different of a route this morning and talk about something that affects a lot of us. We some of us are aware of what it is and some may not. But I want to talk about mental exhaustion and drain. When you're mentally drained and mentally exhausted. All right, according to Google, you know what? I'm not gonna give you Google what Google say. Y'all know I have a story coming. All right, so I think it was about 2019. I was doing some studies, guys. Let me tell you, first of all, I'm telling you, learning is lifelong for me. I have an insatiable appetite for learning. I will continue to learn until this breath leaves this body. Y'all, everything that you can imagine, I learn. You understand whether it was taught in school or not? I'm a learner by design. Anyway, guys, I was in school and there is this course that we were doing. And guys, I kid you not. I kid you not. That course, up until today, was the most challenging course that I've ever done in my entire life. I can tell you the course was 6 months, but the intensity of that course, if we were to go to day school and do that course, it would be about 2 years. So imagine cramming everything into a 6 month course. My, you can't believe it. So prior to 2019, I was still in school. As I said, I'm always learning. A degree doesn't matter. Whether you have a degree or a master's, I'm always learning. Always finding something to learn. I like to be in the know. You understand? I like to be in the know at all times. So I was studying before that. So yeah, of course, it was exciting because I had a group of not schoolmates of a high school. I had a group of college people and they were really nice, supportive. And the teacher said, our lecturer said that it was one of the best groups she ever had. Anything that she asked us to do, we would just go beyond. So it was really fun. And then was there studying 2019 to, I think it was started September. So yeah, then COVID came in. So we had to do online. Brain mash up, totally fried. And the thing about us, women, is that sometimes we tend to ignore a lot of things. Yeah, because we feel like we're superwomen and we need to prove that we're superwomen every day. And guess what? Coming from me, you only have one body, you only have one life. Live it the best way you can. Don't let your hallmark card be tiredness or exhaustion. So yeah, I was studying and you know online, and when I finished that course, I was drained, completely drained. But anyway, I ignored it and I went on with my life. Started studying again, and I was just there, just I was just I was just in a little zone, like just in my little brain, and I was like, and I was irritable, and I was just grumpy. And guys, if you know me, me not have nothing grumpy about me, and I had a lot going on in my personal life. At one point, my son, and this was recently, my son broke his leg. So that was stress upon stress. So we're talking about 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23. So all those years coming up from 2019, I was so fatigued. Remember, I suffer from insomnia. I couldn't, I didn't sleep. So insomnia was a part of it. And I realized that I lacked motivation. I'm a person like this. I'll get up and I'll do because I'm a self starter. I'm a go getter, and I wasn't. I felt just nonchalant. I was just nonchalant about everything, and I one of the things was I was getting anxiety attacks. Yes, I remember. People, be careful, be careful. I remember the first time I had this friend of mine, a coworker of mine, who I saw she put up on her status, um, pills. I was like, what is wrong? And she said she had anxiety. Guys, I was this person sending her tips about anxiety, never experienced anxiety. I started to send her because I'm being a good person, send her stuff, and of course she knew what she was experiencing. Guys, when I tell you an anxiety attack is just one of the most horrible, horrible things you can ever experience. I remember one day I was sitting home and I was just sitting down and I just remember I couldn't breathe. I was like, I couldn't breathe and I felt like I was gasping for air and I managed to just I felt like I was about to block out and I came outside only to see a neighbor of mine and I gave him the phone. I said I could barely talk, but I could tell him, call this person. And within a certain time, the person, and he was like, the thing about anxiety is when I'm going through it, if I have somebody there to calm me down, like talk me through it, like tell me breathe, breathe, breathe. But anxiety attack, it was the worst. Then I understand what she was going through, an anxiety attack. I know, pretty. You literally feel like you can't breathe, like your breathing system literally shut down, and shut down. I think it's all in your head, but that was part of it. But guys, the anxiety attack and how it went away is for another episode. But today we're still on mentally exhausted and mentally drained. And I remember somebody said to me, mentally exhausted is just a everyday occurrence. Like, I, okay, cool. If you feel that way every single day, then that's fine. Not fine with me. And there was this, as I said, irritable, loss of motivation, grumpy, anxiety attacks, not sleeping, um, And this is how I knew that I needed to do something. I remember being awarded, um, I could think it was Employee of the Quarter or Employee of the Month or whatever it was. And I was like, okay, all right, cool. I was like, this is not you. This is not you. This is not how you respond. And I had to, as I said, part of the new me is I have to dig deep and have these conversations with myself. And I started having a conversation, and I started tracing back everything. And you know what? I had to make some lifestyle changes, guys. I could tell you all the symptoms and all the signs of mentally exhausted. And that's one of the worst feeling of being just mentally drained. Just it's like for me, your body is like is a cup of water, and when you pour into people, you leave yourself empty. How do you stand for yourself? You can't. And one of the things how I learned to cope was I had to just stop and things that weren't profitable for me, I had to just cut it off. Like if going down the road or um and talking to somebody and it was conversation that I cut it off because I don't have the space and energy for that. But how I started to deal was I started to take care of me. I dropped some of the things and the people. That's one. And I just started to take care of me. One of the things I did was I exercised. I started exercise. I changed my diet and I started to exercise. And I started to add some supplements to my diet. Guys, I'm not a doctor here and I'm not going to tell you what I took because I don't want anybody to go say, say Shirley, give me. Yeah, I mean, it's just so what works for me may not necessarily work for you. So, I was overextending myself to too many people, and I had to stop. Honestly, I had to stop, and I had to just focus on me. I started exercise. When I said I started doing on previous videos, I talked about doing 10,000 steps. I did do 10,000 steps per day. Then I increased it to like 15, sometimes even 20,000 steps. And I started exercise. When you exercise and you sweat, the endorphins in the system, and, started to rest. Like, I'm one of those persons who don't get 8 hours. I'm up from 4 a.m. and I don't go to bed until um, 11, 12 o'clock. And I started to get more rest. And I didn't bother with the phone, the social media, none of that. I just started to prioritize myself. And it took a while. It was slow, baby steps. Because I used to go exercise like 5 times a week. And then, I started resting more, I started hydrating more, drinking water. And, I just felt slowly over time. I just started to come back to myself. Oh God, I miss my old self, like the one before all the exhaustion. And that's how I fixed, being mentally exhausted and drained. Guys, as adults, as mothers, as parents, as caregivers, we tend to ignore these things because we feel like we have a point to prove that, we can be everything to everybody. It's not possible. I can tell you that it's not possible. When you give so much and you give so much, what is left for you? And then I had to have those tough conversation with myself. I mean, some of them was a bit painful to let go and, just get some release. But at the end of the day, guys, you have to choose you. So, guys, once more, I'm not going to be long today, guys, but it was a pleasure being on today. Take care for your mind, your spirit, your body. Remember to go over Amazon to get my book, Naked and Ashamed, the story of my life, how I fought depression and God healed my broken spirit. $5 for the e-copy. The Hard copy is for $15. Guys, go make me a best-selling author. Yes, yes. When you put in your Brazilian ear in there, when you put in your candy in the shopping cart, whatever you're buying, remember to go get my book. Don't get it from anybody else. Everything is right there on my book. Get the gossip straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah, yeah. Look, a $5 it not cost you anything. You understand? Go fast in my business, guy. Keep that love coming. Share, like, subscribe, guys. Remember that video? 1,000 likes. Once I get a thousand, I'm sorry, not likes, views, I'll go ahead to give you a part, you guys. I love you. Keep your energy keep that beautiful energy coming. God bless you. God keep you.